The Ministry of Environment and Mahavali Development says that cabinet approval has been granted to recommence the Uma-Oya multipurpose development project. Secretary to the ministry Nihal Rupasinghe said that cabinet approval was given following recommendations provided by the subcommittee appointed to look into the recommencement of the project.
Last December, while work was being carried out on one of the tunnels of the Uma-Oya project, water from an underground spring began to leak. A volume of 700 litres of water leaked per second. This leak resulted in severe damage to the environment, and its effects led to springs and wells drying up as well as damages to property and buildings. The Uma-Oya multipurpose development project was brought to a halt after a number of parties, including area residents, protested against it. However, the residents of this area are facing a number of issues, including the lack of drinking water. They say that they have still not received any compensation for the calamity they faced. We are finding it difficult to survive. The springs dried up in December 2014. They filled a number of forms promising us compensation. However, we received nothing. We have been rendered helpless without water. All we need is water. Because of the environmental destruction, the animals are coming into the houses. We cannot keep any food items in the houses. Monkeys and peacocks come searching for food. The walls have cracked. They promised us compensation over a year ago. We are yet to receive the compensation. No one even came here to look into this. We have no water. We cannot even dig up a well. We have to travel a long distance to bathe. Sometimes we are attacked by the wasps. So then we run back home. We have no water to at least bathe one day for the entire month. They never heed to our requests. What are we to do?
Formulate a proper EIA report and take the appropriate actions. If justice is not meted out, we will be forced to step onto the streets.
The assessment was done by a group of intellectuals and environmentalists. Afterward, the cabinet approved the subcommittee report. The project recommenced under certain conditions. The CEA will supervise the process to prevent further leaks in the project.
The committee had convened in Colombo and decided to recommence the project. However, the leak was reported on the 26th of December last year. Yet until now, they failed to seal off the leak.
Because we use German technology, we have been able to reduce the waste of water to 150 litres per second by the end of last week. We hope to reduce that figure even further. It may take a month.
Water has depleted. Underground water resources have depleted. Over 500 wells of the locals have dried up. They have not been given any compensation.
We are prepared to pay the compensation. Even if we pay the compensation, it will be reimbursed from the company that undertook the contract. There are 175 houses that have been affected. We will obtain the estimates by next week. We will recommence the project by minimizing the inconvenience caused to the locals.
In 2012, the Sri Lankan government estimated the cost of the Uma-Oya project to stand at $529 million. $450 million was to be obtained as a loan from Iran. Construction of the project, which was to be completed within a span of 5 years, was handed over to an Iranian company. A representative of the Iranian company said that due to the economic sanctions imposed on Iran, the government of Sri Lanka had to fund the project from the year 2013. The representative pointed out that funds received from the Sri Lankan government were insufficient. The representative further pointed out that discussions are currently being held with the Sri Lankan government, and if the necessary funds are received, work on the project will recommence within the next 2 months. The representative added that if the economic sanctions imposed on Iran are lifted by December this year, funding could be obtained from Iran.
The economic sanctions have affected this project. We are aware that the Americans will be lifting the sanctions, and it will take at least 2 months to recommence the project. We have been funding 500 million rupees for emergency work on the project. However, that is not sufficient to complete the task.